Football is a day away. Arizona Cardinals football, that is, in the Hall of Fame game. And today's show, we're talking what to watch for. And the Cardinals dropped their unofficial depth chart. Has some surprises on it. We're going to go through it all here for my diehard Cardinals fans. And you are invited to our live watch party. We're hosting it. First ever live stream on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed and turn your notifications on. By clicking that little bell icon after you hit subscribe, you'll get notified when our live stream is starting for the watch party. We can all hang out, watch this Cardinals game together. This is a chance for you guys to get to interact with me, interact with your fellow Cardinals fans in the live chat. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you subscribe. We're going live for the game big watch party. Welcome into Cardinals Today, presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue, and let's start with our what to watch list in this Hall of Fame game. The first game of the football season really starts in the NFL preseason, and the number one thing I'm looking out for is how Carson Beck fares. The news has been announced that Carson Beck will be the starter for the Hall of Fame game. And I'll say this, I'm not going to look at his performance in the Week 1 preseason Hall of Fame game as if it's the end-all, be-all. If he plays bad in this game, I'm not going to write him off. If he plays good in this game, I'm not going to crown him the starter. Like, none of that. But I do want to look for at least a couple plays, a little bit of flashes from Carson Beck that show comfortability, that he can sit in the pocket with calm feet, okay, and look like he's made for this setting, given that he was in college football for so long. The number one thing I want to see from Beck is that he looks comfortable out there playing in an NFL setting. I also want to see efficiency. I don't want to see him turning the ball over. I get it, it's a Hall of Fame game, but that would be a bad sign if he's doing that against what could be backup defenders for the Carolina Panthers, right? Like, I want to see efficiency, good completion percentage, doesn't need to force anything. I would like to see his arm strength. He's got the size and the traits of a quarterback, but it's been very inconsistent, his accuracy on the deep ball. So I'd like to see at least one play where I'm like, okay, he can make explosives. Finally, the leadership. I want him to take this game seriously. You don't know that you're going to get a start this year if you're Carson Beck. So when you are getting playing time on national TV, make it count. And I have high hopes for him in this game. I'm excited to see it, but those would be the four things that I want to see from Carson Beck, who, like I said, has the physical traits to be a quarterback. Can he put it on display? Where he's needed work, and specifically why I have the arm strength and the deep ball is number 3 on that list, is because it's been very inconsistent in his career. Sometimes he'll put too much air on it on the downfield passes. Other times, it's not enough. They're a little short, right? And so he's got to find that balance of consistency going downfield. Ball placement and decision-making, too. Like, that's something that he's struggled with throughout his college career when he's flushed in the pocket. I want to see, with some NFL pressure, how he handles that on the big stage in his first game. He also, why I say I want some efficiency and clean quarterback play, 24 interceptions the past 2 seasons, the second most in the FBS in that span. So, things to clean up for Carson Beck, but the Cardinals really like him, and I want to see why. Number 2, I'm looking at Mike LaFleur. Looking at his play calling, looking at his command of this team. I'm looking at his leadership. We have a brand new head coach here who not everybody likes the hire. Let's get a feel for the new head coach in a scenario of, is he the guy for the future, given that he's a young offensive mind, or is this a one and done? Right, let's start to get our first taste of Mike LaFleur, in his first game, really coaching the team on the sideline. Look at his leadership, how the guys react to him, his creativity. What is he drawing up for Carson Beck, who he really liked, and that's why they drafted him. Because we all know he's come from working under Sean McVay, and some people were saying he wasn't the guy there at all. This is a mistake of a hire. Others are saying, well, Sean McVay coordinators have a lot of success, and they go on to become head coaches a lot of the time. Look at Matt LaFleur, Mike LaFleur's brother in Green Bay. Look at Kevin O'Connell. I think he's actually a very good offensive head coach in this league. Look at what Liam Cohen did. His first year in Jacksonville, made the playoffs. And Zach Taylor, probably the worst of the bunch. I don't know. LaFleur's getting close, but he still has a job. as a head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. So, all things to consider from guys that worked under Sean McVay. Let me know in the comments section what you're most excited about for the Hall of Fame game. If you had to pick something, let me know down below, and we will go through the Cardinals depth chart that they have released now in just a moment. Before we do that, though, I want to show you guys a Prize Picks lineup I've got for the Arizona Cardinals this season that I think is really fun and I'm very optimistic about. I love this pick here on Prize Picks. I'm picking the more on Michael Wilson receiving yards. That's right. I'm picking the more on 699.5 because Michael Wilson had 1,000 yards last year. All right? He might emerge as the wide receiver one. I think this is a great pick, and I'm going to pick it in all my lineups on Prize Picks. Also going to pick the more on Trey McBride receptions. I think he's a 100 reception guy again. I mean, he's crushed that the past 2 seasons. He's that dude, and I love these 2 Cardinals picks here. And then I'm going to put in another team. I'm going to pick the more on Bijan Robinson. I'm going to pick more on his rushing yards. And this is a goblin play because Bijan's been well over 1,000 yards rushing the past couple seasons. So I love adding that in my lineup to be able to win some more money this season. And a new user offer. If you download the Prize Picks app, we have a brand new offer where you play for your first $5 and you get $150 in lineups if you win. Just use code HMA when you sign up. Prize Picks have switched up their offers. So there's no better time to join, lock in, and win that first lineup. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. The last thing I wanted to see was Jeremiyah Love, but LaFleur has confirmed he will not play in the Hall of Fame game. And so instead, I'm looking to see if the Cardinals win this game. Can they get some momentum with Beck as the starter? Speaking of Beck starting, what is the quarterback depth chart looking like? Now we're going to show you guys the unofficial depth chart that the Arizona Cardinals have released ahead of this game and what that looks like. The quarterback room, they list it as Brissett number 1, Minshew 2, Beck 3, Kedon Slovis at 4. So a lot of the reports that suggested Minshew was ahead of Beck, correct at the moment. The running back room, though, I don't know that this will be correct, but this is released by the Cardinals specifically. So take a look. They've got Allgeier RB1. They've got Jeremiyah Love RB2, Connor 3, Benson 4. I don't know where Trey Benson's going to end up or if he'll be on this team by the end of the year, but they clearly value Connor more than Trey Benson right now. Allgeier being listed at the 1, though, I'll be shocked if Jeremiyah Love is not the workhorse running back 1 of this team. And Allgeier's a great backup. He's backing up Bijan, and he looked pretty decent. But he's not starting over Jeremiyah Love, okay? And Allgeier, I think, kind of knows this. He was asked about the Cardinals drafting Jeremiyah Love, and he said there's no point in being, I guess, a jerk about it. That's not really going to get you anywhere in life, in this business, in this sport. So I'm just super humble anyways. I mean, wait, what? He's just like, I'm not going to be a jerk about it. Clearly, he knows his role is getting significantly reduced. And in all fairness to Tyler Allgeier, I'm not mad at him for that quote. He signed. It was probably under the implication, I'm going to be a running back 1 finally. And now he's a backup again. But that's the point. You're a backup again. Because there's no way Love is not going to finish that depth chart as number 1. But at the moment, they have Allgeier there. Maybe that's a courtesy to him. The offensive line room that they put out there, obviously Paris Johnson playing left tackle, Isaac Seumalo at left guard, Froholt at center. It's actually pretty decent. But what's really interesting about this one is Isaiah Adams is the starting right guard. So in the unofficial depth chart, they don't have Chase Bisontis in, the new rookie, as a starter. I expect that to change, but this is what it looks like at the moment with Elijah Wilkinson at right tackle, who wasn't great last year, but maybe he just needed to change his scenery. The wide receiver room looks like this. Marvin Harrison Jr. is listed as the wide receiver 1. Michael Wilson listed as the wide receiver 2. Is that something that changes? We will find out later this season. But Kendrick Bourne comes in at the 3. Also got Reggie Virgil on there, Devin Duvernay, Xavier Weaver, plenty of guys, Trey Wallace, that you will probably see in this Hall of Fame game. Amir Smith-Marset, get ready for some of those dudes. But I do wonder, because I've seen the comments, I've seen what the Cardinals fans are saying. Some of them are out on Marv already. Others believe still. Who do you think's the better wide receiver, Cardinals fans? The people that watched every game last year, the diehards. Who's a better wide receiver right now going into 2026? If it's Marvin Harrison Jr., type his initials in the comments section. Type MHJ down there if you think he is the better receiver. If you think Michael Wilson's better than Marv, Type his initials MW in the comments section. Controversial. Let me know what you guys think about this question. Let's go to the tight end room. We know tight end 1 is Trey McBride, and he might be the best tight end in all of football. Elijah Higgins at the tight end 2 spot. And the Cardinals have actually added a little bit of depth in this room. Not guys that, well, you're going to know by name unless you really are a diehard fan. Shout out to y'all that are subscribed to his channel. But they do have a little bit of depth in that room, and I don't think they're going to want to risk Trey McBride getting hurt. Let's go to the defensive line depth chart, okay? Remember, Cardinals running a 3-4, and so they've got Darius Robinson, who we're all hoping to take that leap this year. Be interested to see if he gets some good reps in the Hall of Fame game, as well as Roy Lopez, new free agency signing. Andrew Billings behind him, who's a big fella that the Cardinals also brought in. And Walter Nolan, who we are told is looking good, is healthy. I can't wait to see his breakout year this year. I'm really expecting it. The cornerback room, actually a very solid room. Unofficially, they've got Denzel Burke, cornerback 1, Will Johnson, CB2, and Sean Murphy-Bunting at cornerback 3. Remember, waiting for Garrett Williams to come back, which when he does, I mean, this cornerback room is actually very, very solid. So kudos to the Cardinals for getting this figured out. We'll see how much they actually play in the Hall of Fame game. The safety depth chart looks like this. We still got Budda Baker, and Andrew Wingard, interestingly enough, is starting at the other safety spot over Taylor Demerson. Something to note, Joey Blunt also in this room, who was dealing with a little bit of an injury. You'll see if he gets any action in preseason soon. But Wingard at the moment starting at safety. Linebacker room as follows. We've got Mac Wilson and Cody Simon, and then Josh Sweat and Zaven Collins on the outside at the moment. Those Josh Sweat trade rumors have died down. We'll see what happens towards the trade deadline, but he is in Arizona here after a double-digit sack season. Also look curious to see how B.J. Ojulari fares this season. So plenty of guys that'll get some reps. Jack Gibbons in this room as well, who they signed in free agency. Sharar, who they drafted late in the NFL draft. All guys that are going to be fighting for reps here in the Hall of Fame game. We'll finish off the Cardinals depth charts. But first, I want to tell you guys today's show is also made possible by SeatGeek. When it's time to get out of the house, there's not many better options right now than a sporting event. Use code CHAT10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets. The MLB is in full swing. The NFL schedule is out. Maybe you want to go with someone to a Drake concert, Taylor Swift, whatever it is. SeatGeek's MLB official ticket marketplace, and your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. Cardinals also have 9 home games this season. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch Jeremiyah Love's rookie year in person. It'll be electric. Or maybe you want to go to the Hall of Fame game, right? Whatever the case may be, SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket's rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. And of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code CHAT10. Make sure you click the link in the description and download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. Wrapping up today's depth chart show with some fun ones, the returners. Everybody likes to know who's returning the kicks. Well, Devin Duvernay, who signed in free agency, is listed as kick returner number 1. Amir Smith-Marset has moved up to kick returner 2, though. You also see Max Melton and Bam Knight in the mix there on this depth chart. Punt returners, Devin Duvernay still at the number 1. But Amir Smith-Marset, who is a good returner, has moved up to 2 on both of these lists. Michael Wilson in the punt returner mix as well, and Xavier Weaver. That's where it differs from the kick returners, but Devin Duvernay signed to do exactly this. He's electric. He can change a game. That is a fun one for Arizona. Finally, the special teams depth chart looks as such. Chad Ryland still running kicker. Blake Gilligan running punter for Arizona. And Casey Crater, the long snapper. Those 3 going to be locked in for a little while this season. That'll do it for today's show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited for this game tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button if you are too. Join us. We'll have a watch party. It'll be a lot of fun. And I appreciate you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and go Cardinals.